Hey, I'm Steve with Elev8 Presents, and I'm here with Don Chile Ortega today. Thanks for coming down to Elev8 Premier, and dude, I love your work, man.
My pleasure, and thank you.
So I guess I got a few questions here, and how did you get into glass blowing?
Kind of a luck into it kind of thing. I was making neon signs with a guy. I wasn't a tube bender per se. I was just kind of getting into it, but I filled a lot of tubes and prepped a lot of signs. Put a lot of signs together.
Okay.
Over about a 3-year period, I believe. And one day, this dready-looking dude come in with a broken sign that was in graffiti, and I was like, "Dude, that's a cool sign. What is that?" He's like, "We're Jerome Baker. We make bongs." And I said, "You got a night shift?" And he said, "Yeah, we just started one, so come on down."
No
so
shit.
That was that. I got paid to learn how to even light a torch.
Right.
I got paid from the minute I walked in the door.
Wow.
So, yeah, rare experience.
I don't think that works like that.
Nothing really is like that. I mean,
not anymore.
There's a few, but it's going to be like slave labor.
Right.
And this was never slave labor. It was a living wage right from the minute I started. So, yeah, so that's it. And then there was a few years with them, and then.
And you said that was about 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
That you started
it was 1998 October. So
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we're coming up on 21.
Yeah, that's pretty much like when this industry, I think, kind of started. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in the sense of large scale production.
Right.
Not dead lot.
Right. Yeah, because nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, it was all very personal.
There.
It was it was almost like word of mouth.
Right.
It really, literally was word of mouth glass sales, I would say. Yeah. So.
I remember the first time I seen glass, I was like, "What the hell?" And just a real light fume, but seeing it change was just like magic.
Yeah, I never really noticed. I never got into it until I actually started blowing glass.
Right.
I had wood pipes. I had metal Fimo.
So you smoked before you?
Oh yeah, I smoked weed for sure.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I smoked mad weed. We used to make bongs out of like PVC and copper bowls. Just the nastiest, most toxic shit you could come up with.
Yeah. Have you done any of your own work now and then been able to put neon into it with your past experience? Have you been able to?
I haven't played with the idea. I have a couple electrodes I just haven't. I haven't come up with anything that I felt like I wanted to do yet. So.
All right. Yeah, I just seemed like
right.
How did you get your Glassblower name?
Well, I don't know. It just kind of evolved through my great grandmother's name Ortega, and I just kind of started kicking around the idea of Chile, and then it just picked up steam from there,
Right.
And the Don Ortega, like master of his house, kind of shit like that,
Yeah.
The Don, so.
That's so cool. Way cool. And then we already asked that, when did you start blowing? In '98?
Yeah.
So, and then where did you start blowing glass? That was
Eugene, Oregon.
Yep, makes sense. Seems like that's like where it all kind of started.
And it really started, that's where it really, NorCal, a little bit. It was there, West Coast, I would say, for sure.
Yeah. Who do you look up to in the glass game?
I don't know. I have mad respect for everyone who picks up a piece of glass and tries to do something with it.
It's fucking tough.
Yeah. There's some, there's so many. Like, I look up to like old German cat, Carl Ittig. Took a class with him, and he taught me so much on like standard wall, wine goblets and just weird things, vases, rose vase, and just weird, cool, fun stuff. And that's an interesting aspect. Dan Kay really taught me how to fume, clean, and lay down clean lines. Make things like be a perfectionist about what I was doing. Really see what I was doing, not just throwing it out. Like, oh, this is how you wrap and rake. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. And you just put some lines down. You're not really like in it. And he was just like
making the spaces perfect.
Yeah,
all the way
and
down.
then and then you do 3 in a row. So you do one line, wrap it, and then you come in and do a second, right next to it.
Ooh.
And then you do a third to fill it all in. I mean, that had to be perfect.
Right.
You know, and that's like, yeah, that's some control, you know, and that's basically, that's where you learn it.
Right.
So
you feel it's the wax on, wax off too, the repetitive.
Basically, yeah, of course,
yeah.
Yeah, pulling points, you know, I mean, you don't get good at points just by like, hey, this is how you pull a point. Oh, there it is, it's perfect. No.
Right.
That's years of, I mean, maybe not years, but, you know, yeah.
It is.
You have to do it constantly. You know, I pulled some not long ago, and I wasn't, like, you know, they weren't perfect, but I wasn't displeased. I was like, yeah, ride a bike.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me, oh, I can't get this on the recycler, the part that comes down. I'm like, I was just kind of pulling the point in reality. You know? But that, you know, some of these people, they don't learn those things now, and they just jump right in, and it's neat what they can accomplish. They're just missing some steps, like...
Yeah, and it's one-dimensional.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's another thing. That's why I'm saying, like, looking up to people like, well, I just gave you 2 different aspects, you know, and sculpturally, I mean, shit, that's endless sculpturally. I mean, there's kids that are, like, half my age now that are, you know, I'm just like, I look up to that level of the, you know, it's like, damn, dude, that's some art school shit.
Right.
You know, which I didn't do, so... I earn it, you know what I mean? I did take art, but not in, you know, not on any serious, like, professional level. So.
Well, you didn't have to, like, you live it, though. I mean, your work shows
now,
you live it.
You know, but, you know, it's like, yeah, but nothing's just that easy, you know? Like, that took me years to get that face.
Right.
Tiki, so, years. And now, like,
people
I used
don't
to change
realize
them
that.
anymore. I used to try to make them all really different, but I kind of got away from that. You know, they got basically 2 different nose styles at this point. Maybe the mouth will do a few different things, you know. But for the most part, I'm just like pretty standard. Mm-hmm. Even my eyebrows, I used to do all kinds of crazy stuff, but they're getting to be like, I like that squared off. It's easy. If I don't want to square it, I just swoop it up a little bit. And that's basically the 2 styles at this point. So.
Really clean, though. It's really clean.
So anyway, there you go. There's some people, but yeah, like, rest in peace, Dan, you know. It was a bummer.
Yeah. What is your favorite technique?
I mean, sculpture is my favorite thing. You know, right now, as far as I'm concerned, the wood grain, I'm just loving it. You know,
right.
I'll ride that probably forever.
Right.
You know, that'll always be something I want to do. Because it's just what I like to do it.
It's beautiful, you know. It's so unique and
it's tedious
real.
And it's not like, you know, I don't just bang it out, you know. But it actually it's very tedious and it can be very consuming. But I have to do it. I have to do it.
Right. How long does it take you to make, like?
21 years.
21 years, right?
That's how long it took.
I love that.
Every piece took 21 years.
Yes. I love that. Because you're right, 100% right.
It's everything I ever learned up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and that's the thing. I guess that even says it even more. It's like, so every day is better. You know, I'm hoping it'll be a better...
Your next piece is your best piece.
Right. That's for the hope, you know, and of course, that's not realistic, but, you know, yeah. Oh, that wood grain, everyone, I know, and I've gotten to a point now where at least it looks that way. But I still want to tweak it a little. I want to get it a little better. You know, it's constantly like that. That's one that I can constantly try to get better at.
Right.
Because there's lots of people out there that have picked it up, and so I gotta, you know.
But you're the first person I ever seen.
I don't think I was.
You don't think so?
Ever not. And there's, you know, other people like Gemini Andy's been doing wood, a kind of a bone-ish, woodish look. Hickory, they say, you know, like he's got his style. You know what I mean? But he does the form. You know, which is really cool, like the wood form, and it lends itself to that prep style. So yeah, there's no way I was the first, but I knew what I wanted to make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you honed in on it, perfected it yours.
This is close, but it's not there. You know, I'm like,
You think another 5 years to get it?
I see wood grain everywhere I look. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at it.
Right.
You know, I'm always looking at it. Like, okay, how do we, you know?
How do you get that look? How do you get that look?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, someday.
So you just went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean and you know, as maybe my sculpting gets better or I have an idea, you know, I can spend some time making a really nice project with that. You know, like someday I want to make a tree out of Millie.
Oh,
like
shit.
Legit, like all my poles, just pull them and make a tree out of solid Millie.
God.
And just all the ends cut off so you can see the grain.
Do you save little pieces of all your millies from all the ones you've done?
Yep.
Fresh, man.
Not much.
Like, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to do probably like maybe 3 or 4 series, like compilation series. Like I probably have enough for 3 or 4 cuts at the most, or at the minimum. Like some of my pieces that I've saved, I might have 3 or 4 cuts left.
Yeah, but that's not much.
I know. So release it as a run, or a nice set, But then I got to polish the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Which is, you see, I don't do that. So.
Oh, it takes forever.
Yeah. Because I want them to look that, on that level. So, yeah. Someday, and I do. I save them. But yeah, that millie tree will be. That's years. Because that's like, I'm gonna make a pull, and then I'm gonna go set it over there. Because am I just gonna build it all at once? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's gonna take some doing.
Right. Well,
and it's solid color, so you're looking at some real volatility as far as like welding big branches onto big branches, and I think it'll be.
Well, you mentioned the volatility. Even with this many years' experience, like that still's got to scare you putting these big pieces together.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money sitting there.
Right.
Like, that's solid color.
Right.
I mean, that thing will probably weigh 6 or 7 pounds by the time it's done.
God.
So, I mean, or more. I don't know.
Right.
10, 20. I don't know. Like, it just depends on how far I take it.
Right.
So, but then it's like either sell it off as one huge expensive piece, or like sell off sections of it. It's like, all right, I'm cutting off where these 3 branches come in, you know what I mean? And then just, so it's got all these cool like joints and ends, and I don't know. It's a big.
So you've been thinking about it for a long time,
I've been thinking about this one, yeah. Well, not too long. I mean, it hasn't been so long that I wasn't making, like, I'm finally happy with what the bark looks like. Like, I used to carve lines in it all. Did I carve lines in yours? No. I would hand carve, Dremel cut the little bark, like little notchies in it. So, because I was just basically pulling a tube, or a rod, because I hadn't figured out how to do
how to get the bark.
Yeah, like how to make it look good.
So you don't do that now.
Right. No, I got it to where I don't have to do that by how I stack it before I pull it.
Right.
It's kind of a process. So, yeah. So when I'm pulling out a log, it looks like a tree. You know? So. Yeah, and then I've been experimenting with colors. You can see the difference in the colors there. That's basically unstruck. Like I cut this off and I put a bale on it, right? And that was that. Now this one, I'm sorry, I'm messing up your thing here. But these, I fire polish before I even put the bale on. Like I get them hot in the kiln and I bring them out and I put a torch to them to get them kind of just soaked up some heat, get the edge off of it, just kind of like make it softer.
Kind of like a piece of wood is.
Right. Well, I don't know. Are they? Not all wood's like that. Huh? Like I like this. I like the color of the bark. I love that. It's sick. But I like the darker. I don't know. But that's it. There you go. And every pull is a different experiment, I guess. So that's why you keep a series, though.
Right, so you can see your progression.
Right, well, and then number them too, so I know. I mean, I could personally never tell you, except for maybe that one, what series any of this is from.
Oh, right.
I believe these are from 5 or 6, and I think 6, 7, I don't know, 6, 7, I don't remember what I'm on, so. They're all numbered. I'd have to look at some pictures, but you can see like this. I don't know, this could have come from anywhere, but it looks like it's from a different section or a different pull, just by virtue of the way the bark is. It's a little lighter. It's not as chunky. But, oh yeah, here's one I cut in. There you go. That's all notched in. You see all the cuts in it.
Yeah, I think I like your made bark.
Well, yeah.
It's different.
You mean the cut in?
No, I like this. Your made bark there. Yeah.
Anyway.
But the evolution. That's so cool. Hell yeah. Do you have a particular style that's yours, or you love to do? And obviously, the wood grains.
Yeah, that's the one. I said that I was going to own it. So anybody else who's even thinking about it is just going to be like, nah.
Right. That's so
you
cool.
know, that doesn't happen.
But you do own it now because you hit it hard and you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you currently work with?
No one right now.
Just you got like your home studio?
Yeah, well,
oh, yeah.
I have had a studio with people in it in the past, but JD Mapleston just moved out. I had a couple other guys in there over the years, but
yeah.
So, but yeah, no, solo and soon to be home shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you see your future in the industry?
What industry?
I guess the
pipe
because you're not in the
glass
pipe industry.
No,
you're in pendants and
shot glasses.
Right.
I see me heading. I've already said this to many people. I've headed more towards wearables and barware and maybe housewares. We'll see if that goes anywhere. I mean, when I worked at Trident Glass right after JBD, we did tile, we did finials, which is on the top of a lamp, holds the lampshade on.
Oh, right, okay.
You can do, cool stuff on those. We did those things, drawer pulls, switch plate covers. It just depends on what you, where you want to go. I mean, usually that's fusing, but who says, That's what soft glass guy's been saying about us for years. Like, you can't do that. It's, boro. It's like,
but you can.
You can.
Yeah.
So we've been changing the game, man.
Yeah.
Art game.
What is your hobby outside of glass?
Shit. Eating.
I
like to barbecue. Yeah. I don't do much anymore. I used to do sports and play a lot of soccer and softball back not long ago, but I grew up playing sports. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Trying to get back into skateboarding again a little bit.
All right.
Keep the exercise up a little bit, but
yeah,
I need to do something.
Right. Yeah.
No, yeah, I like to hike actually. I like to camp. I like to go out.
All right.
I explore. Since I'm on the road, I go to a lot of parks, national parks.
Yeah, so that's neat.
Traveling. That's a huge hobby. Yeah, traveling.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
That's obviously a hobby that I can mix in with my work. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Two last important questions. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, I remember this interview.
Did somebody get you on this?
Yeah. Who interviewed me on this?
It must have been one of my crew.
Yeah.
But this is a way better interview.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Yeah, it is.
That's so cool.
I don't. Now I remember the question. I was like, oh yeah, this one, because I said no.
Well, it was Jen, yeah.
But I think I said yeah. I think I changed my mind. There's some. I wouldn't say that there's not something else out there. I mean, that just seems impossible.
Just don't know though.
Yeah, but
Well, if there was, what do you think that crazy creature would do for a Klondike bar?
Klondike bar. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would he walk a mile, or is that a camel?
I don't know. Maybe he would.
Maybe he'd walk. Maybe he can't walk, but he would walk a mile for a Klondike bar. I don't know.
All right. Well, Don, thanks a lot for this interview, man, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate all your work, man. It brings inspiration to me. That's for sure.